Hello everyone, welcome to the Off the Grid podcast. In this episode, I'm going to be reviewing Rod Wave's fourth studio album, Beautiful Mind. This is Rod Wave's fourth studio album titled Beautiful Mind, and I have to say by far that this is one of the best albums I've listened to this whole year. I've listened to a lot of music, as most of you who are familiar with this channel know. I review a lot of music, I listen to a lot of music. This has to be one of the most heartfelt albums I've listened to all year. I can tell you guys without a fact, this is going to be in my top 10 albums of the year, and that's facts. This is one of the best soul albums I've listened to the whole year by far. Specifically, just because of the amount of vulnerability and the amount of emotion that Rod Wave was able to show in this album. And I feel like that goes deeper than just talking about certain subjects that I know that he knows are sensitive, or just talking about somebody dying. No, the way that Rod Wave was able to emphasize on all this and convey his meanings in such meaningful ways, that when you listen to this album, it's not like listening to just a regular album. You really have to be in the mood to listen to it, or you won't enjoy it. And I'll tell you guys this: yesterday night, 9 p.m. Pacific Standard, when I listened to this album, I was in the mood to listen to this album. And while listening to this album, I'm going to tell you guys the truth, I almost shed a tear. This album was so good. And it hardly had any skips. There was no skips on the album for me. Although there were certain songs that I enjoyed more. Some standouts for me were Rockstar Heart, Youngin featuring Jack Harlow, Never Get Over Me. I will say this though. On the second track, Youngin featuring Jack Harlow, Rod Wave did sound suspiciously similar to Roddy Ricch, which I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that caught that. If you guys go to Twitter, you'll see people talking about that as well. But other than that, this album was executed so well, and it over exceeded my expectations. Like, after listening to the Game's album, Dramatic Heart versus Mind, and hearing something so mid and listening to this amazing album, I'm going to tell you guys the truth. I felt like I was being revived, reborn or something, because I really needed a refresh, okay? Because the Game album really, really messed me up, you guys. It was 2 hours long to listen to. The album was super repetitive. You guys should go check that video out as well. The link is in the description down below, or just go to my YouTube channel and you'll find the video there. Rod Wave has done it again, ladies and gentlemen. He's released a classic album, and I am positive that this album will go down as one of the best albums of this year. This is definitely going to be in my top 10. I'm going to be having my top 10 albums of the year video coming soon for like the midpoint of the year. And I'll also be releasing a top 10 album of the year video at the end of the year, but that'll be further down the line. But yeah, guys, so this album is really good. If you haven't listened to it yet, I recommend you guys go listen to it. It is a work of art. It is a masterpiece. You have to be in the mood to listen to this album, I will say. If you're not in the mood to listen to it, and you're not in that emotional space, where you're going to enjoy it, don't listen to it. Save yourself the time. Listen to something else. Listen to the Game. But if you're, feeling pretty down, or you're feeling pretty emotional, or you just want to vibe to something, this is definitely the album to do so, because that's exactly what I did yesterday. I'll tell you guys, I felt this album on an emotional, spiritual, and physical level, and that's a fact. Overall, I give this album a amazing rating. This is one of the best albums of the year for me. It is definitely in my top 10 out of the countless albums I've listened to this year. If you haven't checked it out already, you should go do so. The features were good, the production was very good, and the artist performance was amazing. Almost no misses on the whole LP, which is impressive. Thank you guys for watching the full video. If you guys are still here, please go leave a like, go leave a comment down below. Let me know if you guys agree with me or disagree with me. I would love to hear you guys' opinions on this LP. This is a W. I think it was a good album. Check out some of my other videos. Subscribe to stay tuned. See you guys in the next one.